Good afternoon. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2023. To begin the ceremony, please stand and join me in honoring our country as the veterans of Foreign Wars Post 5077 Color Guard present our national flag as well as the Missouri flag. We will open by reciting the pledge, and I will ask you to join me. This will be followed by our national anthem and our school's alma mater performed by our mixed chamber choir. I would ask that you remain standing until both the pledge and each of the songs have concluded. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Filled with noble pride and courage, reaching to the sky, stands our glorious alma mater, stands for Zumwalt high. May thy walls be never weakened, nor thy prestige die. May the blessings of the ages rest on Zumwalt high. Oh, to thee, our alma mater, dignified and strong, now we raise our loyal voices, offer thee our song. May thy walls be never weakened, nor thy prestige die. May the blessings of the ages rest on Zumwalt high.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman and the mixed chamber choir. Please be seated. I would once again like to thank the VFW Post 5077 Color Guard for presenting our nation's colors. The fact that they have agreed to do this during Memorial Day weekend, it shows another selfless act for such a special event. We honor and appreciate your service to our country very much. Good afternoon. My name is Buddy Entwistle. I'm the principal at Fort Zumwalt North High School. It is truly an honor to be here today to recognize and celebrate the great individuals that make up the class of 2023. This is a special event in the lives of each of our seniors seated before us, and of course, for all the families and friends. An impressive accomplishment such as a high school graduation is worthy of a dignified ceremony, and it is with this in mind that we ask the graduates and the spectators to maintain certain expectations. First and foremost, we ask the spectators show their appreciation for our graduates in a respectful manner. Applause is certainly encouraged, but we do ask that it is done in a tasteful manner warranted by such a formal event. Likewise, our graduates are prepared to remain dignified throughout the ceremony. They too realize the importance of appropriate and formal behavior and understand that actions to the contrary are simply not acceptable in this forum. It is our hope that all spectators and graduates will help us make this the best commencement in the long and storied history of Fort Zumwalt North High School. I thank you for your cooperation, and I hope you enjoy today's program. At this time, I would like to recognize three distinguished guests who have joined us this afternoon. First, the Mayor of O'Fallon, the Honorable Bill Hennessy. State Representative for District 103, Dave Hinman. And O'Fallon Councilman Dina Smith. Many thanks to you all for being here this afternoon in support of our students and families. It is also my pleasure to introduce our stage guests. I'll ask these guests to please rise as I introduce them and remain standing. First, President of our Board of Education, Ms. Erica Powers. Board members, Ms. Catherine Bird, Mr. John Christopher, Mr. Gabriel Helms, and Mr. Mark Pratt. And from our district office, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Bernard Debray. Our Superintendent-elect, Dr. Paul Myers. Now our North High administrative team, Dr. Corbin Bushman, Mr. Tyler Horner, Mr. Keith Moyer, Mr. Casey Oliarnik, Mr. Andrew Spiegel, Mr. Ted Hickey, and from our guidance department, Ms. Nita McGill, Ms. Amanda Peters, Ms. Nicole Rogels, and Ms. Becky Seavey. I'd also like to recognize tonight Ms. Teresa Niggas, who along with Ms. Seavey will be reading the names of our graduates. And our two junior class officers who are here to help us out today, Ms. Mia Newsom and Mr. Jaden Hicks. Now I would like to introduce to you our senior class officers. Please stand when your name is called. First, President, Ms. Maddie Lukey. Ms. Olivia Jacquin. Mr. Taylor Mason. Mr. Alan Meyer. Mr. Aiden Pickett. And Ms. Grace Thorne. How about a nice round of applause for all of our honored guests and class officers? I would like to give one final thanks today to Miss Lori O'Leary, who's worked behind the scenes to get this ready, and put together the slideshow for you to see today. And finally, last but not least, Miss Erica Powers, who played a key role in organizing today's graduation. Now I would like to ask our teachers to please stand and be recognized. Thank you so much for your support of our graduates and for all the important role you have played in the lives of these students in the past 4 years. Thank you. Before I deliver my comments to the graduates, I would like to ask everyone to please join me in a moment of silence as we remember any family or friend who are not able to celebrate with us today, but whom we have brought here with us in our minds and our hearts. Thank you. Well, class of 2023, in just a few moments, you're going to walk across this stage, marking a significant milestone in your life. You will be high school graduates. And as your principal, I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. I'm also very honored to be giving my first ever graduation speech to this class, the class of 2023. But I'm going to be honest, I'm a little nervous right now. No, well, thank you. I was nervous even preparing for this speech. I kept thinking, what if I freeze up? What if I pass out? What if I fall off the stage? Could you imagine? But what brought me comfort was knowing that you, the class of 2023, would take care of me. You'd find a way to pick me up, dust me off, put me back on the stage, and cheer me on as we finish this graduation. Because that's who you are. Let me explain. On May 2nd of this year, I was sitting on stage during the Senior Academic Awards night. And that's when it confirmed it for me. As many students were called up on the stage to receive their academic awards, I witnessed peers cheering on their classmates with great passion and great sincerity. That's when it hit me. That's what makes this class so unique. You've truly come together to make a distinguished one, the class of 2023. I'd like to take a minute to pause here and ask you to look around at your classmates. Go ahead, take a look. During that short moment, you may have seen someone who you attended J.L. Mudd, Westoff, or Mount Hope Elementary School with. You may have even seen somebody who you came to North High with from Assumption, St. Theodore, or St. Paul. You may have seen someone that you stood on the football field with at 6 a.m. in the morning during marching season, or someone you competed alongside of fighting to win a district title. You may have seen someone that you ate lunch with every day for the last 4 years at school. What you did see was a classmate, a companion who shares a common experience with you. While at North High, you've spent a significant amount of time learning and growing as individuals, but you've also grown as a group. As you looked around, you saw the people who have been with you during the good times, the bad times, the struggles, the celebrations that make up your high school experience. For the class of 2023, I believe you have truly embraced this idea of companionship with your fellow classmates during your 4 years at North. Let's take a minute to briefly look back at your high school experience. 4 years ago, you walked in the doors at North High School, eager to be a Panther, trying to find your way in the high school. You left for spring break, only to find out you wouldn't be coming back to North High School that year. Sophomore year, we invited you back to North High, but we told you you needed to wear a mask and you must stay away from one another for safety reasons. That was also the year of a million different lunch shifts, where you took the most social time of your day and spread out. Junior year, you returned back to North. Things are kind of normal, they feel familiar, but they're just not quite the same. And then finally, your senior year here. You're at North High and we're back to business as usual. Only Mr. Sutton's not there. Instead, some strange-looking, slightly overweight man is sitting at his desk. But also during these 4 years, the class of 2023 has found a way to adapt, overcome, and thrive. The class of 2023 accepted $4.8 million in scholarship money. The class of 2023 has 2 Missouri Top 100 scholars, 2 National Merit finalists, 1 National Merit Commend Scholar, 82 seniors receiving the Academic Excellence Award, 116 seniors that will be receiving the College Preparatory Certificate, and 20 seniors that have already completed 12 hours of college credit while at North High School. The class of 2023 has 3 students earning professional certificate towards a chosen trade, and many more who will soon complete their certification. The class of 2023 has 6 individuals who have enlisted in a branch of the military, 12 students receiving all-state recognition for athletic and artistic performance, and many more that qualified for state competition. And today, the class of 2023 is graduating 375 seniors. I could go on because this class has shined in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, and while doing so, you have built a unique bond with one another. Being part of a class is not just about achievements, it's about building a sense of belonging, a community. Together you have overcome many significant obstacles, and together you have earned many outstanding achievements. And together you celebrate and supported one another with unwavering dedication. In the process, you have created your own community. The people sitting next to you have become more than just the kid sitting next to you in class or the kid walking in front of you in the hallway. These are your classmates, students who have experienced common things with you while at North High School. In minutes, you will walk across the stage receiving your diploma, and from that moment on, you will forever be known as a Fort Zumwalt North High School class of 2023 graduate. No one will be able to take that away from you. You alone will share that identity, an identity that you should cherish and celebrate as you move on beyond high school. The relationships you have developed with one another are special. They took time and effort to build, and they will last a lifetime if you desire. But the hard truth is, some of you are going to leave this ceremony today or leave grad night tomorrow morning and go out to take on the world. You'll go on to college, the service, trade school, or enter the workforce and spread out across this planet. You will say goodbye to friends, and if not deliberate, potentially lose contact with those sitting near you today. So, with that in mind, I have one final high school assignment for you, seniors. As you pursue your future endeavors, make it a priority to visit with family and friends. Call your parents and siblings. Visit them often, and not just to drop off the dirty laundry. Be mindful to connect with your friends that you've made here in this class. Reach out to them. Support them, just as you have while you were at high school. This requires dedicated time and effort, but it is effort that will be well worth the reward. Compassion brings us closer to one another, helps us overcome challenges and appreciate the good times, pull through the tough times, and learn from one another. Stay connected, be a community. And when Maddie Lukey reaches out to you in 10 years on Facebook, get back to her, show up. Let's see 375 class of 2023 members back at our homecoming game. And when President Lukey reaches out to you from the White House 25 years from now on some new form of communication, get in touch with her. Attend the class of 25 25-year reunion, class of 2023, 25-year reunion bash. Today, you're graduates. You are the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. You are the class of 2023, and you alone are the only ones that can proudly proclaim that. Thank you, class of 2023. You are great. Before I introduce this next gentleman, I would first like to give him my most sincerest thanks for all he has provided for the people of the Fort Zumwalt School District in his 38 years as superintendent. Thank you, Dr. DeBray. Please help me welcome to the stage our superintendent, Bernard DeBray.
Thank you, Dr. Entwistle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on behalf of the Board of Education and the district administration to the 61st graduation ceremony of North, and prior to that, the only Fort Zumwalt High School in our school district. So I have seen thousands of Panthers walk across the stage. I think when I total up all the high schools that we now have, we have 5. I think it's close to 45,000 students that have walked across the stage. It is the most exciting time for me. I've told that to people that ask me, what's the most exciting time? Graduation time. Same thing for our school board, because this is the opportunity to see the culmination of 13 years of the educational experience that the district has provided you. And when you listen to what Dr. Entwistle says about all the accolades and all the awards and all the high GPAs, it's pretty impressive. And the 2 apprenticeship graduates, that's a different angle that the district has been going down, and that's a wonderful thing, because that way we take care of the whole student, whether it's college-oriented, whether it's technical skill-oriented, we can take care of everyone, and that's what the goal of the district is. Now, you know, this is my last year as superintendent. I'll be finishing up on June 30th will be my last day as superintendent. I will miss this job. I love this job. I've done it for 38 years. And, you know, Dr. Entwistle started by saying that, well, he was a little nervous because this is his first time. I'm not nervous at all because it's my 38th time. I think I pretty much got it down. So I'm going to miss it. And I've made it my mission to be in our schools a lot more the last few years. During the COVID years, I wanted to be there so I could let the school board know that our kids were doing okay. And this last year, I wanted to be in there because I relish being around students. That's what I'm going to miss, is students. From age 3 to age 18 or 19, I felt a bond. So come July 1st, Dr. Paul Myers is going to become superintendent, work with our school board. He's been with the district for 15 years. He's been deputy. This past year, he served as superintendent-elect, and he and I have transitioned between our roles. And he is going to be fully ready on July 1 to continue the mission of the Fort Zumwalt School District to do what's best for kids. So I'm really excited to see how the district progresses, but I'm sad to leave you because I've enjoyed my job all these years. Let me say just a word about our VIPs. We have a state representative, a council person, and a mayor from O'Fallon. And they have been wonderful supporters of our school district. You met them earlier. But the city of O'Fallon and the city of St. Peter's recognize how important it is to have good school systems among good communities, because you will not have one without the other. And we've got great schools, and our communities, our cities are constantly ranked at the top of the state and the nation as good places to live. So I appreciate them being here and making your graduation a little bit more special. And just to say one other thing about my history, I've seen 36 years of graduations as North High School, a couple of years as Fort Zumwalt High School, and then there were 25 before that as Fort Zumwalt High School alone. So when I retire, I am truly retiring and retiring from the opportunity to see the original high school in our school district. And I thank you so much for letting me be here and take care of your children all these years. This is Memorial Day weekend. Monday is Memorial Day, the last Monday in May. It's been a national holiday since 1971. It is an opportunity to recognize, remember our relatives, our friends that have gone before us in military service and perished in that service so that we have the freedoms we have today. It's a time that you should reflect at some point on people that you might know that have paid that ultimate price in military. We have several members of our students here today, our graduates, that have enlisted in the military, and I'd like to mention them and have them stand until I'm done with the list and be recognized at the end. So, joining the Marines, Aaron Bishop, Caleb Burgard, and also Joshua Duffner, all the Marines. Ryan Gladney has joined the Navy. Colin LaBelle has joined the Navy. And Ethan Waters, the Marines. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you joining the military and protecting us at some point in the future. Now, in 1987, the last year we only had one high school that graduated students. We had a group of parents that planned an all-night graduation party. The purpose of that was to keep our graduates safe in this exciting time of their lives. There always seemed to be, prior to that, some tragedy that would be associated with it, and the all-night graduation party goes certainly a measure of keeping that from happening. So tonight, the all-night graduation party is at Kokomo Joe's, and the parents that plan this, because after you graduate, you are no longer our students, and we don't really get involved in the planning. But the parents that did, please stand and be recognized, and stay standing until I finish. Anita Bacon, Jen Taylor, Jennifer Robin, Nicole Hayen, Stacy Lansford, Karen Schroeder, Denise Yust. Thank you all for keeping our children a little safer, our graduates a little safer. And before I leave the stands, I don't want to be remiss. I would like you to recognize the veterans that are in our audience on this Memorial Day weekend. So could we have all of our veterans please stand and be recognized? Fantastic. We appreciate your service, and you know, you graduates certainly know, every Veterans Day, every one of our schools has Veterans Day celebrations. And it may be a USO show, or it might be posters on the wall, but we remember our veterans in all of our schools, and we always want to do that. I have one more job to do, and that is to introduce your student speaker for this afternoon. And she is Mara Kane. Mara, please start up. Mara was a leader in our FZIM club, helped organize events to celebrate our students. This year, she was responsible for planning and hosting our first ever Black History Month assembly, and she was also a PPI mentor. So Mara,
Good morning, everybody. Thank you to Dr. Dubray, the admin, and FZN staff. And most importantly, thank you to my fellow classmates for being here today. Can we get a round of applause? Before I start my speech, I want to give the ultimate thank you to all of my teachers here today and all of my friends, my support system, and the entire biggest shout out in the world to my best friend, Janiyah Jones. Can y'all please give my best friend a round of applause? To compartmentalize a space, you first need to make a to-do list. Then after your to-do list, you have to declutter. Then after decluttering, you have to do all the remaining miscellaneous tasks left on your to-do list. Sometimes those miscellaneous tasks are the greatest lessons, only if you learn from them. My space to compartmentalize was the 4 walls in every classroom, every 4th tile on the ground, every $4 I spent at lunch, leave it to my mama, she gonna say it's more than that, in the 4 years in high school, and we shared that same space. My first to-do list was freshman year. I dotted my I's and I crossed my T's. I pinned my hair with 4 bobby pins as I said my daily affirmations in the mirror, preparing to step into the doors of what I thought would be a smooth road, like the iambic pentameter in Shakespeare's sonnets. You all remember what that was like. But in the middle of my to-do list, we were stopped by a worldwide pandemic. So then instead of dotting my I's and crossing my T's, I was reminding myself that to capitalize on my Chromebook, I need to press the control button. And I didn't even have to cross my T's because the computer did it for me. We had the benefit of that, but we're so limited to technology. The rest of our freshman year to-do list became an automated notes list, lockdown, and a mountain-high pile of tissue that we rationed like it was our last. Little did I know it would be the last of my ambition, but not for too long. My sophomore year to-do list was straightforward. I gave up. But see, in the midst of me giving up, I stumbled upon the first biggest lessons in my life: patience. I was in geometry class, and I remember always telling my teacher, I don't understand this. Still don't. She repeated these simple words that changed my life. Slow down, it takes time. Something so small held so much significance. Learning the value of patience and truly taking your time taught me that it's okay to slow down and take my time. You each probably had a similar lesson from one of your friends, parents, or even a teacher. So, I got to work on my junior year to-do list. My goals were triumphant, and the sky was limitless. I just knew that I would walk into these doors of North and conquer the world. Well, remember that to compartmentalize, you have to declutter, but for you to even declutter, first there has to be a mess or a clutter. I had a hoarder's house. Junior year started off wonderfully. Grades were good. I had who I thought were my forever friends, and I was living what I thought Katy Perry meant by a teenage dream. In the moment of me living what I thought was my best life, I wasn't just paused. I was deterred and ran off the road. I took one of the greatest losses in my life, which was losing my brother. Now, I know most people in this moment would sympathize with me and give me words of encouragement, but I got something better. I got a second chance. I had a second chance to do better, to learn, and to grow, and do what my brother would have wanted me to do for him. So I did just that. This is when I met the people who forever changed my life. I didn't make a to-do list my senior year. I looked myself in the mirror and said, be the best version of yourself that you can be. This was my second chance. I walked through the halls of North and knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be something great. So, with the help of 2 people, a part of my support system, Mr. O and Ms. Smith, I was the first Black student to put together a Black History Month assembly for North High. I joined PPI and was able to reach and connect with students. I learned so many lessons. I met my forever friends who became my family. This is what it means to compartmentalize your space. Going through the seasons and changes of life, and dotting your I's and crossing your T's. But most importantly, it's learning to be patient and having the strength to get up again. We finally declutter our spaces. Now we get to walk across this stage knowing that we gave it our all. Know that beyond these doors, there's more in store for us. But remember, life is not like Shakespeare's sonnets, but it's more like Hamlet's famous soliloquy, to be or not to be. To be present in the moment or to not be present and give up. So, to my fellow classmates, the class of 2023, know that even if you are cluttered, make a to-do list, and lastly, be patient. Take this moment in and remember how much you've accomplished. We made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kane. At this time, I would like to call back the members of the chamber choir to perform For Good as arranged by Mac Huff in honor of our graduates.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn.
And we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Come and pull from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the woods.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman, and our mixed chamber choir. That was outstanding. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage up front here our assistant principal, Mr. Casey Oliarnik. Mr. Oliarnik is going to help present awards to our students. These are awards voted on by our faculty. Each student will be receiving a Panther statue with an engraving plate that reads their name, the class of 2023, as well as the award they've received. Either citizenship, leadership, and loyalty, or the Rocket Award. The first award is for citizenship. The individual receiving this award has consistently demonstrated behavior which is honest, moral, respectable, and ethical. This individual has conducted their life in a manner to be emulated. This year, the award goes to Dima Abdel Karim. Dima is the daughter of Mustafa and Swasan Abdul Karim. She is a PPI mentor and a member of our FZIM club. Dima is described by her teachers and classmates as being one of the most kind and sincere individuals to walk the halls at North High School. She is consistently helping her peers and putting the needs of others before her own. Her helpful heart spreads to others around her, making our community supportive and positive. After high school, Dima will continue to serve others as she moves on to Maryville University, where she will study nursing. Dima, you are very deserving of this 2023 Fort Zumwalt North High Citizenship Award. Thank you for what you have done to help our school community. The second award is the Loyalty and Leadership Award. The individual receiving this award has demonstrated the skills to be an effective leader by example, foresight, initiative, and has exhibited the energy to guide others in a trustworthy and sincere capacity. This year, the award goes to Taylor Mason. Taylor is the son of Julie and Brian Mason. He is a member of our cross-country and track and field team at North, as well as a League of Leader mentor. Taylor Mason is a senior class officer and a top 25 scholar. Taylor was the leader for our cross-country team, both in athletic performance and morality. He states that experience taught him that even every action matters and that nothing is insignificant. Taylor will be attending Maryville University to study actuarial sciences and continue his running career for the Saints. Taylor Mason, the 2023 Loyalty and Leadership Award winner. The third and final award is the 9th Annual DJ Rocket Award. As you may know, the Rocket Award is named after a class of 2015 graduate, DJ Rocket, and is given to the student who has infused our school with the most positive, authentic school spirit during their senior year. I am pleased to announce that the winner of the 9th Annual Rocket Award is Nolan Bohannon. Nolan is the son of Karen and Robert Bohannon. Nolan is also the third and final child in the Bohannon family to be graduating from North High School. Nolan has been very involved in our school, serving on our Courtesy and Respect Committee, being a member of the varsity baseball team, visiting elementary schools as a League of Leader mentor, and even performing in school plays. Outside of school, Nolan co-hosts a show, FZN Interviews with Caden Lansford, to spotlight the amazing people at Fort Zumwalt North. When not playing his own sports, he's engaged in the activities at North High, cheering on his fellow Panthers. Nolan is constantly positive and authentic and spreads his attitude throughout the building. After high school, Nolan will be attending Missouri S&T to study mechanical engineering. Congratulations, Nolan. You are deserving Rocket Award winner. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the rear of the arena where members of our North High Orchestra program will be performing The Lover's Waltz by Jay Unger and Molly Mason under the direction of Janina Kinnessy. Miss Kinnessy for that exceptional performance. Please continue to keep your attention to the rear of the arena as members of our wind ensemble perform Redemption under the direction of Mr. Rob Babel. Thank you to the North High Wind Ensemble and Mr. Babel. Well, it's time, seniors. Are you ready? At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Powers, Ms. Bird, Mr. Christopher, Mr. Helms, and Mr. Pratt to please prepare to present diplomas to the students of the class of 2023. Members of the board, these students have met the grade and credit requirements of the Fort Zumwalt Board of Education and the state of Missouri and should now prepare to receive their diplomas. Ms. Seavey and Ms. Nigas will be reading the names of the graduates. Ms. Seavey, if you would please come forward.
Dima Mustafa Abdel Karim. Sarah Elizabeth Allen. Anna Nicole Hope Anderson. Grace Elizabeth Anderson. Madeline Joyce Anderson Feverly. Elizabeth Hannah Arnold. Ramaya Rose Arnold. Stephen Aiden Arnold. Eduardo Avalos Vallejo. Annabella Rose Ayers. William Joseph Ballard. Clayton Timothy Barklage. Jordan James Barnes. William Michael Barton. Kyle Robert Bateman. Zachary Emmett Bauer. Kirsten Renee Beal. Arabella Nanette Burzak. Luke Stephen Burzak. Alexander William Bissett. Cole Hagen Bick. Aaron Paul Bishop. Tessa Joe Blaine. Rihanna Shaylin Blanchard. Nolan Ross Bohannon. Samara Noel Bowles. Morgan Kate Bowen. Marcus Antoine Griffin. Riley Elizabeth Bowman. Haley Elizabeth Boyle. Morgan Elise Bowes. Xander Lehman Braden. Hannah Susan Bradford. Joseph Michael Brazzi. Chloe Elizabeth Brickles. Lori Marie Bridges. Jesse Thomas Briggs. Nolan Charles Brooke. Ronnie Brooks. Adam Daniel Brothers. Colin James Stainer. Trenton Matthew Budamay. Jaylyn Sue Bunt. Caleb Joshua Burgard. Lillian Elizabeth Burkemper. Mason Edward Burkhart. Alicia Nicole Buttrin. Julia Catherine Byers. Mara Imani Kane. Andrew Blake Calcaterra. Alex David Cameron. Lila Jade Campbell. Andrew Christopher Cannon. Christopher Wade Carson. Caleb Joseph Catalano. Ethan Christian Childs. Megan Noel Cudini. Jenna Marie Kripchuk. Dylan James Clark. Noah Paul Clark. Chase Jacob Andrew Clay. Colin Joseph Clubb. Scott Andrew Coates. Chance Harley Cole. Tatum Olivia Callier. Kaylee Jean Connor. Emma Charlene Causey. Nicholas Patrick Krogan. Zachary Richard Cromer. Faith Elizabeth Curry. Sergio Stephen Darbachek. Elise Paige Davis. Shelby Lynn Davis. Brooklyn Dean Michelle Dawson. Dakota Matthew Dawson. Elizabeth de la Cruz Sandoval. Grace Olivia DiFilippo. Zechariah Scott Denham. Hunter Michael Denslow. Haley J. Deptula. Grace Elizabeth Durking. Dominic Dylan Doroff. Litzy Carolina Dominguez. Anthony Jordan Doss Townsell. Unique Essence Douthit. Joshua Lynn Duffner. McKenna Paige Didell. Megan Elizabeth Dye. Trent Thomas Dye. Isabella Elaine Eads. Rosemarie Eccles. Maya Rose Elfrink. Emily Catherine M.G. Lillian K. M.G. Riley Saray Irvin. Kylie Dove Eister. Jacob Ryan Farmer. Phoenix Nathaniel Ferris. Alessandra Renee Fuqua. Jervine Cantrell Ford. Mason Joseph Forness. Graciela Kimberly Megan Francis. Madison Paige Franey. Michael John Fuentes. Sydney Nicole Gagliano. Alicia Lee Garland. Shelby Ann Gatewood. Sydney Lorraine Gatewood. Cassidy Aaron Gurman. Rochelle Victoria Goys. Braden Andrew Gibbs. Grace Ann Giles. Ethan Christopher Gittemeyer. Carly Diane Givens. Ryan Eden Gladney. Alexander Jeffrey Goki. Ethan Michael Golette. Caitlin Elaine Good. Tabitha Ryan Goodman. Mia Claire Grafe. Kirsten Alexis Grayler. Madison Danielle Grimes. Andrew Michael Guthrie. Sophia Rose Hagan. Connor Hugh Hahn. Liliana Irene Hairston. Shamaya Nicole Hamilton. Patrick Fillmore Harris. Xavier Marcel Harris. Bryce Patrick Hawk. Tyson Alexander Hawkins. Devonna Jade Hearn. Logan Dale Hector. Liliana Sky Hellman. Olivia Nicole Hempel. Prentice James Henderson. Prentice. Desiree Nicole Herndon. John Edward Hicks III. Michaela Sue Higby. Rudolph Joseph Lavati II. Good job, Rudy. Chase Aiden Huckelman. Courtney Jean Huff. Gracie Lynn Hooker. Heather Renee Hosack. Christopher Michael Hauser. Catherine Marie Hovis. Dylan Alexander Howes. Cameron Lynn Huddleston. Emma Jordan Hunt. Mallory Rosemary Hutchinson. Ariana Nicole Ingram. Bladen Thomas Irons. Dylan Ryan Jackson. Blake Christopher Jaco. Olivia Ann Jacquin. Medj Suhail Jaraba. Amani Janae Johnson. Aiden Lee Johnson. Dwayne Thomas Jones. Janiyah Peyton Jones. Julia Irish Jones. Cassidy Ann Marie Jones. Andrew Roman Jordan. Allie Diane Jorans. Zachary Eric Judd. Guyweena Canoe. Hayden Frank Keevan. Lauren Marie Kell. Aiden Vincent Kelly. Dante Ramon Kerr. Lily Reagan Klopstein. Roger Joseph Kobush. Anthony Michael Kornberger. Lucy Chandler Crape. Melanie Ann Krebs. Sophia Margaret Kriegsman.
Kristen Elaine Labarge. Colin William LaBelle. Anthony Michael Lagrada. Enzo Lamborghini. Lloyd Richard Landgraf. Ethan Henry Landrum. Caden Edwin Lansford. Alexander Lynn Leftridge. Jude Michael Lewis. Madeline Marie Lindeworth. Madison Paige Lukey. Michael Dwayne Lumley Jr. Michaela Renee Lumley. Carter Noah Madere. Victoire Aguette Meg. Frank Joseph Marchese. Alexandra Nicole Marsala. Ariana Marie Martin. Veronica Mary Martin. Taylor Anthony Mason. Ethan Lawrence Matthews. Maria Victoria Matwiev. Dylan Thomas Mayberry. Riley Alabama Mays. Finn Thomas McCullough. Ja'Cory Nicholas McClatcher. Cole Joseph McCoy. Lamoria Denise McDonald. Thomas Michael McGee. Kylie Marie McQuaid. Julia Ann Mead. Megan Dean Mead. Gianna Lydia Merlotti. Roman Anthony Maris. Brady David Metcalf. Alan Paul Meyer. Melanie Jean Michael. Jacob Stephen Miklis. Sabrina Antonia Militello. Braden Andrew Miller. Kylie Jade Miller. Kayla Rose Mislark. Steve Moore IV. Maggie Christine Morrow. Dylan Michael Morris. Delaney Joanne Mullen. Lindsay Michelle Natal. Christian Tyler Murphy. Delilah Jackson Neubauer. Kirsten Lee Newberry. Alexandria Bella Nortrup. Keenan Addison Lynn O'Brien. John Richard O'Donnell. Connor Frank O'Neill. Jonathan Michael Oliver. Grace Marie Orff. Shane Allen Ostman. Noah Robert Page. Zoe Elizabeth Panites. Tanner Ray Paskey. Chloe Patricia Marie Patterson. Alyssa Nicole Pendergast. Alana Moriah Perkins. Connor Jordan Parati. Randall Lee James Peters. Riley Sage Phillips. Tyler Michael Philpott. Aiden Wallace Pickett. Carson Young Poitras. Abby Sue Porter. Sean Michael Porthouse. Landon Hunter Pratt. Elizabeth Ann Pruitt. Jennifer Nicole Prinster. Nicholas Scott Price. Kanan Richard Pergon. Peyton Elizabeth Rasher. Bryston Richard Regan. Adriana Nicole Ridgway. Carly Renee Roberts. Kaylee Suzanne Roberts. Diego Edberto Romero. Olivia Flynn Ross. Tyler David Ross. Robert Anthony Rucker, Jr. Jacob Joseph Rutzel. Devin Ray Ruffin. Yusuf Amir Saeed. Jorge Francisco Sanchez. Stephanie Marie Santiago Tacarante. Mariah Adriana Zavala. Madison Nicole Schley. Aaron James Schroeder. Caitlin Elizabeth Schroeder. Nathan Christopher Schuler. John Matthew Schreier. Joseph Allen Schulte. Brooke Mackenzie Schwartz. Landon Michael Siri. Logan William Siri. Jordan Neal Sellers. Skylar Lee Mattingly Sierna. Autumn Rain Shaw. Maverick Joseph Shelp. Evan Philip Scheidler. Brendan Patrick Shipley. Caitlin Alexa C. Ethan James Simon. Mason Alexander Simon. Madeline Renee Skelton. Lauren Julia Smirker. Colin Mitchell Smetters. Carson Eric Smith. Riley Kirsten Smith. Yoan Alcides Solorzano. Kaylee Paige Spector. Kylie Ann Spees. Mason Evan Stahl. Gabriella Ruth Starman. Juliana Marie Starman. Jaden LaShawn Stevens. Caitlin Nicole Stevenson. Nevaeh Renee Stillwell. Allison Brooke Stotler. Cole Joseph Stroby. Kentrell Teron Strong. James Stephen Talbert. Carter Joseph Taylor. Courtney Renee Taylor. Madison Rain Taylor. Talia Ann Taylor. Maya Isabel Tem. Felicitas Leah Tinfelda. Cassidy Danielle Thomas. Mariana Rose Thomas. Dion Donnell Thompson. Grace Eden Thorne. Christopher Lee Thornburg. Braden Matthew Teets. Kayla Ann Tilley. Amelia Lynn Ulasewicz. Chase Andrew Unnerstall. Mallory Louise Urban. Damian Thomas Ussery. Aiden Lee Vaquero. Mackenzie Ann Valentine. Hannah Abigail Vandemark. Cecilia May Vedvig. Evan Joseph Vieira. Amaya May Vols. Patrick Kelly Wademan. Colin Rain Walker. Austin Matthew Wallace. Kevin Patrick Walsh. Trista Elaine Warnell. Ethan Roland Waters. Drew Alexandra Weston. Sarah Darlene Esslinger Wharton. Hope Isabel Wheeler. Thomas Allen Whitaker. Olivia Marie White. Caleb Glenn White. Gabrielle Ann White. Joshua Michael Whiteside. Braden Ford Wigginton. Kari J. Williams. Johan James Wills. Desi Ray Wilmsmeyer. Elijah Antoine Wilson. Kira Taylor Wilson. Laura Marie Wilson. Reese Michael Wilson. Reagan Michelle Hewlett Wohlberg. Paige Elizabeth Woodruff. Alyssa Ann Wright. Jordan Caitlin Wright. Trenton Michael Yust. Samantha Elizabeth Zwerline.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to ask the class president, Miss Maddie Lukey, to come to the stage.
Friends, families, I'd like to introduce you to the class of 2023. Every single person in this room has achieved more than they could ever imagine in their 13 years of education. We are currently wearing our tassels on the right side of our graduation caps because we have earned the right to graduate. Moving that tassel to the left side symbolizes crossing over from high school to the next stage of life, and I am confident that you all will find success in whatever is awaiting you. Please stand and join me in moving that tassel. Tossing our caps up into the air is a symbolic act ending this chapter of our lives. On my count of 3, everyone throw your caps up into the air while looking back on the memories of high school and looking forward to the future that awaits. All right. 1, 2, 3.